Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Vallen, and this is Forever Stranded Lost Souls with the Cobblenauts. Today I am finding myself on here with System Collapse and Rage Plays Games. I have a plan for some things to do here. We pretty much are sharing all resources, but sometimes when you're working on something and you want to make sure it just doesn't get grabbed while you're working on it, you just put it in another box and then you can work on that. And that's pretty much what I've done. And there's been a lot has gone on since the last time I have played. Those that are keeping count on the day tracker, many days have passed. The first 3 episodes that I put out were pretty much all of us sitting down and playing that were available all together. And, well, as much of us as possible. And since then, we've had a lot of progress. As you can see, there's a lot of quests completing. There's some kind of bug going on right now that I need to report. I completed all these quests yesterday because, well, others had actually completed most of them. I only completed a few, but they are now incomplete again. And yeah, I'm getting these notifications up. So just ignore those for the moment. But you'll notice that the inside of the ship is currently just kind of empty now. It's more or less gone because people, and of course, yes, there is an ender chest. People have been helping along with the inventory management a bit, and the entire area has been redesigned. The dome is complete. I believe that Nemsun has put in a lot of time on that one. Yeah, he did a good job. It looks brilliant, and it's given us a protective dome. So if you look at the map, it's really nice. Really, really nice. Yes, the ship is missing a wing right now. There are secrets in the ship. I'm just going to leave that there. But the sinuous weed has been got a little planting area. The Equisetum cineris is what I'm going to call it, has been planted. We now have. Let's start over here and we'll work our way around. A thermal expansion / dynamics / foundation, a thermal suite area with a few, industrial foregoing going on. I know that System Collapse and Chosen Architect have really been focusing hard on progressing with the tech. I know that I think Ector put up this new immersive engineering thing. I think it was Ector Vink. I'm not sure if it was him or not. And we've got this automated setup now that just all feeds down into processing ores. I mean, it's ridiculous how many there are here now. But you can see that we've made some other progress as well. We've got, our currently coke oven going on and our blast furnace for making steel, plus an alloy kiln. A nice little greenhouse farm effect going on here with some of our water reserves are put in here. Not that we have a limit to our water reserves. I mean, we've got a well. We've got the that water source block that was, or ever-filling water source block that was created by... others, and yes, I have some new weapons here that looks like he's having a problem. There we go, got another one. And Rage has been joining us recently. He is I believe the newest Cobblenaut to the group, which has been a lot of fun. He's currently trying to level up, it looks like, and he's doing quite a good job at it. Did he just hit a pigman? I don't know if he hit a pigman or not, but you'll probably notice I also have a lot more items as well. I will go over those briefly too. But yeah, this entire area here has kind of been shut off. I mean, there is a door. You can see it's been kind of cleared out. There's one of those guys. I don't like them. There was a mob spawner that we had over here. You can see where the grave currently is right there. Yeah, that was on top of that. Apparently the cursed earth got burnt up in a freak accident. I don't know how it happened, but it did. There's cake for everybody too. This has pretty much been held up. Everybody's enjoying this, the storage drawer access. Plus, we've got a whole bunch of upgraded furnaces now. We even have a trash can, which actually that is much more useful than you might ever imagine, especially with the amount of trash that you can get in this mod pack, and the lack of inventory space that you might have. Well, at least with a large group of people playing. And you can see here's System Collapse over here with his wonderful pink sword. We got hooked up with RF tools. A word of advice, folks: don't craft anything in here that you want to use or that you need for a quest, because I crafted up, for example, a kitchen sink, or a kitchen counter and a couple of fridges for this quest here. And yeah, it doesn't detect them. Even if they're in my inventory, it just doesn't detect. So then if you were to do that properly, you'd have to go into creative mode and okay the quest and then get back out and stuff. And it's just a big mess up. I recommend just using a vanilla crafting table for anything that you're going to be needing, or perhaps a Tinker's Construct crafting table. I think those are safe as well for any kind of quest-related items. But yeah, and with the newest update to the pack, currently drawers also are gated as well. You have to have a certain level to access them. Now, there's plenty more to cover. I'm not going to cover everything. Yes, Tinker stuff is up. This is the beginning entry into Tinkers. I think it was System that covered this one. I'm not 100% on that, progressing through that. It might have been Chosen. They like I said, they've just been burning through a lot of the content. There's a large amount of space been kind of chopped out there. And then, of course, we have Pixel Rift's place over here. We've got this going on, which actually I'm going to turn this off. My frames are dying. Ugh. I don't think anybody's using it at the moment. Yeah, there's nothing really being used, I don't think. But this saw here, if you make a saw and you're not familiar with this, yeah, do not attempt to stop with faith. If you get too close to it while it's running, it will hurt you. I mean, for example, it actually got to wait for it to start up, and then, yeah, it will hurt you. But I have like 2 rows of hearts at this point because of all the heart containers I keep getting. There is also a sound muffler to help reduce some of the noise over here. But Pixel has been really working through the Better with Mods area. Pixel Rift's temp house here. He's got his little area that he's been kind of working through, kind of expanding out a little bit. I think he's got his own little like Civ area or something. I don't know, his project area, I guess, which it makes sense. Everybody needs a little project space for what they're working on. I've been working more or less down below, and I will show you actually. There is this little opening down here, and a new area has been opened up. It looks like people are expanding the this area here. Oh, I wonder what they're making with that. And these here, oh, this was beautiful. This is beautiful. We can now access things remotely from these stations around the base. You can't use the RF Tools remote storage because that's kind of been removed from being able to be, it's just too darn cheaty for this mod pack. So therefore, you have to craft a station, and then you can put that down and access your stuff, hopefully. But I've been working a lot with Tinkers, and in fact, I'm going to shut that off. We don't need the extra redstone pulses going off, adding more tick lag. I've also been working a little bit with just making some obsidian, and that is the whole point of today's mess of stuff. Oh wow, look at all that garbage. Yeah, carrying around a flint and tinder is going to be helpful for some people because that's just a big old trash bag right there. You can see that the ship is getting stripped down for parts. There are bits being, found here and there. We have, of course, our torch here, the Mega Torch, placed by Nemsun a long time ago, which has made our lives so much more peaceful. I am able to wear armor. I have some slime boots and some slime slings. I've even got a shield here. I called it my reflection because it's just going to bounce off any projectiles for the most part. Actually, the slime sling and slime boots were kind of made for me and given to me by, I believe it was System there. But I also have a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, my standard tools, I was able to recently use a shovel and an iron scythe, by the way, has no requirements. And it's a really good weapon. It's better than most of your early game swords. So I recommend you try this out for a weapon. It surprisingly works really well early on. But of course, I've got my flint hatchet still. I don't really need much more than that. And from some of the loot boxes that I got, because there are tons of loot boxes when you open these things up. Just about everything, when you get into like stuff and things, your rewards, a loot box, your extra editions, you click in here, you get a loot box. And it's actually really cool. Some of the things you get are very playful. Some of them are very useful. Other ones you just don't have the requirements to meet yet. But I made myself, as you can see here, a shuriken. Yes, it is pretty good. You can just toss out some stuff. You can spam it really quick. And I made this one with longer term in mind. It currently has an XP rating on there. So as I level it up, it should be able to increase in modifiers. None of the Tinker's Construct tools will start with modifiers. You have to either add them manually with toolkits, which are very expensive to make, or paper parts, or just XP by using the tool and gaining experience with it, which I have here, Vallen's Grind, and I am going to be upgrading Vallen's Grind today. That is the big thing. Oh, and of course, Jancy came up with the brilliant, simple idea of cooked apples. Oh, Hector has joined the game. I should say hi to him. Hi, Hector. But yeah, cooked apples. Look at the saturation on there. +4 hunger pops there. That's pretty impressive. I also did find if you get in a loot bag, you get some kind of fishing rod, which I think I still have some in here. The golden rod from combustive fishing doesn't have any requirements either. I recommend you do that because if you can find lava, which you should, doing good, Hector. If you can find lava, which you should, because if I just walk down here, oh, where all this stuff is, actually, that's a better flint hatchet than the one I have. So I will combine the two together and see if I can repair them into one and not throw any garbage on the ground. There we go, perfect. If you can find yourself a lava lake, which there is directly below the ship, go fishing. And you get yourself XP just for fishing for free, no cost of hunger. It does take some time, it's slow, but you'll get yourself some fiery fish, and you can use those for some fantastic foods. In fact, I will grab one. I will show you guys what that is because it's actually a really cool mechanic. It's a mod all in itself, I believe it's just called combustive fishing. But you just take this, go down here, and you just go fishing. Ooh, I better be careful. Toss it in there. You wait just like a regular fishing experience would, and you'll see little particles coming towards where your bobber is. Don't worry, your bobber isn't actually going to burn up and disappear. But you should, hopefully, come on, where's the particles? Here we go, there's some particles right there. And it was zombie flesh. Now, I am down on this level here. What I recommend is that if you're going to be fishing, you actually go up a few levels, because otherwise, as you saw, the rotten flesh just kind of bounced around on the lava. You want to be able to pull it out of the lava and catch it. Now, it might ever so briefly set you on fire the first time or so, and if you get that reward early on, there we go. See, I just got set on fire very briefly. It's more of just a visual thing than anything. But I do have, what is it, fire protection? This is like the silliest pair of iron leggings ever. But if you do this, you have a combustive cod. And you can get other fish as well. But there is a process that you want to work with these guys. Yeah, right now they're discussing the glitched out quest log. But if you find some water of some sort, which I don't know that you'll be able to in the Nether. I mean, you can feasibly use this. You toss it in water, and then you have a food source, cooled cod, which I think with our our lucky block, I guess it is. It's probably a chance cube, more or less, but. I'm going to call it a lucky block in this case just because we got lucky with this, be able to have water spawn in the Nether. But then you can see it gives 3.5 food and a whole bunch of saturation. It's a really good source of free XP, just at the cost of a bit of wear and tear on a goldenrod that you might get in a loot crate. So that's a really neat mechanic. I do like that quite a bit. Put that back in there. And yes, so here's the plan here. I do have other fishing rods, but you can see there's requirements of 6 gathering, and it is rather slow to do so. I did get a diamond pickaxe at one point, and I was like, oh wow, that's amazing. I've got a diamond pickaxe, because those are not easy to make. You need flaked diamonds and iron pins and sticks. The flaked diamonds aren't easy to make. It was a bit crazy, but I've got something better than that now, so I'm not really that bothered, to be honest. But I also got a chicken stick. It was in there, and GWSheridan, the creator of the modpack, actually called each of our chicken sticks for each of the creators in the Cobblenaut group after what we would ask. And I'm calling this one the Choppa chicken in honor of many different things. One being Arnold Schwarzenegger, another being a person who used to visit on the streams, and another one is it seemed kind of funny. But it's good for destroying blocks, more or less. But that's about it. So plans that I have, though, is to upgrade Vallen's Grind, which I made this. This was actually a stroke of well, I know I'm going to sound really bad in saying this, but I'm going to say a stroke of genius here. It's what I've thought of is a way to get infinite levels and infinite food without having to craft anything after you've done it once. I know it's tinkers. So what I've got here is I just made a wooden handle. With the Tinker's Construct stuff that we were able to make, the first bits of copper that we could get, I made myself a tool binding, which was really cheap. I think that was maybe 1 ingot to do that, maybe 2. I can't remember exactly. So I made a copper binding with well-established. Now you can do this on a handle as well if you want, or a tool rod, but I just decided it would work best here so that it would get a little bit more of a durability bonus from the wooden one when I first started. And then I made a netherrack head. So, and then as you see here, I've got a whole bunch of netherrack sharpening kits. The idea was when I made this, I would just go downstairs because the ore viner is in here. And it actually, let me run downstairs and get into my mining area, and I will show you. So here we go down into the mining area, and you can see I've cleared out quite a bit. I went down to bedrock just because I figured it would give me a safe ground to walk on. Yes, there are areas that might drip lava through the ceiling, so I kind of left those. But the basic thing here is all I would do is just hold down. Actually, here, let's run over here and I will show you. I would just hold down ore miner, mine up a whole bunch. I would get a whole bunch of netherrack. Then I could craft it up into more netherrack, making netherrack sharpening kits. Then I could take this while I'm on the go, drop one in here, fix the tool, and then I'd be good. And that gave me levels because of the well-established bonus on the pick. You can see I'm already at level 9 right now. So if I go over here into skills, you can see my mining's at 28, gathering 22, attack 20, 20. Building, I'm almost at level 10. So here, let's mine up this nether iron ore and this. And I used a couple pieces of obsidian and a piece of flint to make my make this be able to mine just about anything, you know, so I can mine cobalt and whatnot. I just needed to have the levels for it. And once I got the levels, then, well, let's see, building. There we go. I'm now level 20 in building. So that's great. And mining, by the way, I recommend you go for Fossil Digger. The small chance to mine 2 coal per ore rather than 1 when mining with an iron pickaxe or above, without Silk Touch, of course. And this actually will give you a chance of getting double XP for that as well. So it's a really good, very early on method of getting that desperate XP that you're trying to get without dying from stuff. But you can see I just kind of cleared out this massive area, but it destroys your food bar. And the cooked apples definitely helped reduce that. I mean, heck, it fills up your saturation completely. So what I would do is I would use that to just kind of every now and then, as soon as I could start seeing my hunger bar start showing some hunger, I would eat another apple. And it would actually then just work off the saturation every time that I would do this. Now, what I'm going to do is upgrade this further so that I don't have to eat anymore. At least that's the plan. All right, so I made a pig iron tool rod. And this is for the tasty effect. And of course, the handle modifier is really good too, but that's of no import. So if you look here, the recipe for pig iron is the most recent Tinker's Construct recipe, which is clay, blood, and iron. Very little amount is needed for this, and therefore you will want to eat your tool. So if I take these, put them together, I can make myself a rod, or an even better pick than this one. The reason I'm saying this is because I can't upgrade the parts anymore once I made this thing fortified. Because once I got enough levels of, leveling this tool, I was able to kind of craft it up. I don't actually have a crafting table up here. So let me use the crafting table I have here. Making some blank casts from Tinker's using either aluminum brass or an aluminum brass mixture or gold. You can make those. Plus, of course, I had a whole bunch of obsidian, which we were able to use by kind of pouring it into the smeltery and just having that auto pour out. Make yourself 5 reinforcement plates. Each one of these will add 20% durability resistance on your tool. I had 5 levels on my tool that I made here. So let's go on down here, and I'll see about, crafting this up. So we're going to just make a regular pick. this, this. And we're going to call this Vallen's Lunch. Lunch. There we go. Vallen's Lunch. Perfect. It's tasty, momentum, well established. So it's going to go really fast. Mining speed 12. A high durability to start. And it's got that XP. So it's going to feed me. It's going to drop XP. It's got a high durability, but it's not infinitely durable, like I was saying, just yet. Now, if I put this on here, and I can put one of these on here. See, it says not enough modifiers. You need to level up the tool. Now, if I have one of these, I can just add a modifier. Your iron toolkit, which is made with iron plates and block of pig iron. Like I said, those are really expensive to make. But what I can do instead is just level the tool up. But as I got one of these from a loot crate, I'm just going to use it to speed things along a little bit and help reinforce this. So now it says reinforced 20%. And if you look over here, each level adds a 20% chance to not use durability. And once you get that up to 100%, my friends, it will then be, well, as you see here, I believe it says unbreakable down there at the bottom in blue. Unbreakable. It's really good. And now, if I'm hungry while eating, I will while mining, I will actually eat my tool because it's tasty. So let me run downstairs. All right, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just kind of mine things up. There we go. Oh, and that's what I was afraid of, is that at some point I'm going to get a bit of lava pouring out. Yeah, that's not going to be good. So let's just kind of make a little pool here that this hopefully will fall in. Yeah, this is a thing that happens, and I did get a chalice, infernal chalice, thankfully, from one of the quests that I got, or from a loot crate, I should say. And it was able to allow me, okay, let's see if I can actually even get up here. Come on, get around. To have fire immunity, as long as it's in my inventory, which is great. It is really, really good. But that is one of the few dangers. I mean, I've only actually run into 2 spots where there was lava. So at this point, I need to hold my tool, and I should start eating it slowly over time. Yep, there we go. I'm starting to eat it. So now, as I dig, it should be self-feeding. Now, I'm going to be digging faster than it can actually keep up. So I do have some more apples at this point. But there we go. I just leveled up. It now has another modifier. So I could go upstairs and add another one. But I'm at early levels right now, so I feel that I should probably just kind of, do a little bit more. It's so much faster to use this than it is to use the grinding pickaxe. But it was a really good starting pickaxe. I can't blame it for anything there. And of course, just hitting Shift and Q, you dump all of the same items out of your inventory so you can pick up the valuable materials that you might be picking up. It's really, really strong, really good. Oh gosh, I'm just touching this. Look, I just leveled up again. It's so good. And look at my levels down here, 16. So it's working brilliantly at this point. There we go, just leveled up farming 3 levels. It's good. Oh, it's so good. And there we go. I just broke my pick, which it is made from cobalt is the problem. So this will take a bit of doing before I can, get that going. But I was able to mine up 2 cobalt ore just now. So it's a really good start. And you can always start with a different pick head, like one of these, another rack pick head, and then go from there. But, and then before you start reinforcing this thing to be unbreakable, you then switch it out to a better pick head if you so desire. But in this case, I just wanted to show you guys what the overall plan was. So once I get this set up and going again, I will get back to you. And it looks like we have System Collapse down here is working on a mob farm. I know he was saying he was going to work on one yesterday. It looks like he had some plans change and he's now working on it today. It's looking really nice, I have to say. I mean, it's going to get us all sorts of drops, that's for sure. Should take care of any kind of desperate needs we have for ender pearls at this point. There we go. Molten cobalt, ready to go. And the pick has broken, but that's all right. As before, we just fix it back up. I now have my lunch set. Empty out my inventory of all the junk again. As you can see, I've been picking up some more ardite, some more cobalt, a bunch of coal, gold, iron. It's all good. And I've been leveling up my farming skill several times. In fact, I started out, I think, around like 4 or something like that. I'm now at like level 13, which I've only been doing this for a few minutes here, actually. It's really impressive. And I did bring along some food, so I wouldn't be eating the durability off my tool until I made it unbreaking. At which point, then, I don't mind eating the durability off that tool at all. There we go. That should do it, my friends. Actually, that was rather surprising how quick that took. The fact that it's a cobalt head made things go so much faster. Let's head back up to my main stairs, and we'll upgrade this for the final level. So yes, there are many ways you can upgrade tools and picks and things of that nature. In fact, let me get rid of this extra stuff here. Blah. Ways that you can upgrade your pick for yourself. Myself, I'm finding that this is going to be a really good way to go. I mean, yes, I could switch out the head for something else, but I'm finding that the speed is really nice. That way I don't have to spend more modifiers for like redstone or something. And the copper, I'm always going to need those extra levels. So putting this in here and combining it with a little bit, I might fix it up a little bit first, just because I feel like I probably should. I don't want it to forever look a little bit damaged. And then put my reinforcement plates on there, and we'll make it perfection. So let's put this up here. I'm going to put that in place. There we go. That only used 1 ingot instead of 2 for a sharpening kit. Put that in place. Put the last 2 reinforcement plates on here. 1, and the last one should make this to Vallen's lunch. I might be able to change this to Vallen's perfect lunch, I think. Oh, it looks like it will work. Okay. Vallen's perfect lunch. It's tasty. And now, any levels that get added on, I could still upgrade this. I just can't change the tool parts out anymore. And I might retire Vallen's grind and maybe perhaps pass that on to another Cobblenaut so that they can, get all the levels that they ever want and need as well. I'm going to go deposit my stuff, and I'll meet you guys downstairs once again. All right, so here we are down below. I have 4 XP levels. My farming skill is at 14 right now, and so therefore I need at least 8 levels in order to get to the next level. So let's see how this does. I'm just going to start mining out. Oh, look, there's coal. That means double XP from that. That's cool. Pick all that up. Now I'm at a level 11 already. Let's level up farming. Doop. There we go. Good to go. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And you can see that my food level is actually dropping, but I'm eating while I'm holding on to this. Not as fast as I can mine, mind you, but I shouldn't need a food source if I don't want to at this point. I can just stand around for a little bit, and my character will just start munching a little bit at a time. Now, I still will be carrying around a food source with me, so I don't need to hang on to this all the time, and therefore get myself up saturation and not worry about it. But, I mean, it's really good just for any circumstances that I need some food. I now have it in my pick, which is forever not going to break anymore, and I can mine just about anything with it at this point, at least that I've experienced so far. My mining level is up really high. It can still get up to level, like, 62? For all these things, which sounds a bit crazy to me, but I think I can understand where that's coming from. So we'll see how that goes, and perhaps I can get myself leveled up quite a ways. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I didn't really have a co-op with the Cobblenauts in this one as much. I know that they were working on some stuff, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to kind of collab with a few of the other characters. We've got some plans coming up for perhaps going on a hunt, as well as perhaps a few other things in mind where we all kind of team up again and work together for common goals. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If so, be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, be sure to spread the mischief to others if you think they'll enjoy this content too. Until next time, folks, I'll see you.